Longtime TV anchor, now media coach, Leslie Bohl is here to help you. Leslie, it is so good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so good to see you too, Shelley.
Well, I gotta say, I learned everything I ever know from you and Tangi. So you are a go-to when it comes to looking your best in front of the camera. But do you really think that video conferencing will stay even after the pandemic ends?
I do, and here's why. It was in existence before we had the pandemic. The pandemic allowed us to connect through video conferencing and also Zoom calls, all of those types of things. And it's going to be in existence afterwards as well. And this is why, Shelley, because it's convenient for a lot of businesses. It's cost effective. And so we're going to see it in some form. And really video conferencing, it's all about just being in front of a lens, in front of a camera. And so if you can feel confident in this space, then you can handle the Zoom calls. You can handle any type of FaceTime. You can handle public speaking. So what you're learning and doing now during the pandemic will continue on afterwards.
All right. I guess good to hear, right? We have to get used to doing it this way. So for people who are not used to being in front of the camera, step one is lighting. Lighting is very important.
You know that as well as I do, being in front of a camera for a long time as a television news anchor. You hear Hollywood actresses and actors say, oh, you've got to have great lighting. Well, it's true. It's not just on a TV set. It's not just on a movie set. It is in real life, anytime you're in front of a lens. So what you need to think about is you need to have soft, natural light. That is the best kind. Here's a Zoom interview that I did, and you can see this is what I don't recommend. A window that is open behind you. You can see that that creates a shadow on our subject, which is Ariel Koshteen, who is the CEO of Prolinium. And so what happens here is that you're trying to look at him and get through the darkness, and you're not listening to the message as clearly. And that's what my tips are all about, is really teaching you skills so you don't worry about all the exterior. You worry about just your message. And that's why you're in front of a camera or an audience to begin with. Now, here is a good example of an attorney, Trisha Morales Padilla, and she has a window behind her, but she shut the blinds so she's not backlit. So what you need to think about is have natural sunlight. If you can have a window in front or behind your camera where it's in front of you, bathing you with light, that is going to be helpful. Another thing about a video screen or a computer screen is that it casts a blue light, and that is not flattering on anyone. So this is how you create light if you don't have the natural light. I have a ring light behind me right now where it brightens up the cloudy day that we have. I have a window next to me, so I put a light over on this side to then fill in all of the darkness. Here is another thing to keep in mind. If you're looking for good light in your home or wherever you are, take your camera, your iPad. I'm using my mini iPad as an example. You flip it around where you can see yourself, and then walk around your home or wherever you're doing a video call and see where the natural light casts shadows on you or fills your face. And that is where you want to be. Now, if you can't set up in front of a mirror, there are a window, there is always a way to create natural light. Here, look at this. I have this is probably a 30-year-old lamp. You just place it behind your camera or your web camera on your computer, and that will cast light on you. If you're in front of a mirror and it's a window, if you're in front of a window, and it's casting harsh sunshine lines and shadows, then this is an easy solution. Grab an old curtain or a sheer curtain, and then what you want to do is you can get one of those temporary tension rods where you put it up over your window, or you put it up over your window using tape or pins, and that will create that soft, diffused, natural lighting.
You have thought of everything. I love that. Let's talk about framing too, because how you position yourself, that's important as well, right?
It is, because imagine if I was like this. I would not come across as being an effective speaker. And again, why we're talking about this today is to make sure that your message, the important things that you have to say, come across during a Zoom call. So you can see on the left-hand side, Olivia from SA Pets Alive, she has got it down. Her framing is perfect. A little headroom and then just a little bit of space on either side. She is centered. And so you concentrate on listening to her instead of what's going on around you. And you don't want to be leaning to one side or the other because, again, the people who are on the Zoom call or your audience, if you're like this, they're going to be wondering, why are you like this? Again, you want to get rid of all of the distractions so what is in your brain comes out your mouth and your audience receives it.
All right, I love that. We're only able to touch on the surface this morning, but you are doing something special for our San Antonio Living viewers. If they want to know more, if they need more tips, you'll email it to them?
I certainly will. All you have to do is shoot me an email, leslie@lesliebohl.net, and I will send you my 4 tips because I only got to get through 2, and I have several more that will really help you out and give you the confidence, because if you're confident here, then your message will come through. And that's what it's all about. You don't have to have a perfect area to do a Zoom call. You don't have to be an absolute model. You just need to have some confidence, and I can help you with that. Again, leslie@lesliebohl.net.
Good deal, Leslie. Thank you so much. I'm going to give the viewers your information. If you want to get that list from Leslie, shoot her an email. And if you need someone to help you look and feel your best in front of the camera, or someone who can come out and talk to your business, contact Leslie. Everything you need to know is right there. You can find her at lesliebohl.net.